位朋友们，大家好，欢迎来到今天的名人专访系列，我是主播 Peggy。那么今天呢 ，Peggy 是为大家请来了一位非常厉害的人物啊，就是坐在我旁边的这一位 José。那么 José 到底是谁呢？首先啊 ，Peggy 先给大家简单的介绍一下。那么 José 呢，他其实是一位非常有才华的艺术家，而且呢，作为第5代这一个墨西哥的流浪乐队的音乐家呀 ，José 也是一共获得了14项的这个格莱美的提名，并且呢，曾经为5位这个美国总统进行过演奏。这5位美国总统呢，分别是里根、老布什、比尔·克林顿、小布什以及奥巴马。除此之外呢，他也还为这个披头士乐队的主音吉他手 George Harrison 以及凭借低俗小说获得过奥斯卡男主角提名的 John 等私人宴会的演奏者。除此之外José 呢还是创建了他自己的乐队，以及美国第1支全女性的这样的一个墨西哥的流浪乐队。马上啊，他也要去中国进行了巡演。除此之外呢，他还是一位地地道道的美食家，所以啊，今天 Peggy 是有幸请到了 José 来跟大家一起聊一聊墨西哥的国粹音乐以及他最喜欢的墨西哥美食。在节目的最后呢，我们会有这个 Q&A 环节，所以大家如果对这一位非常有才华的音乐家有任何的问题想要问的话呢，也欢迎大家在我们的实时评论区里面进行留言和评论。我们这一场采访呢是会用英文举行啊，因为这个 José 呢他也说他不太会讲中文，但是呢如果大家要是有问题的话，也是可以用中文在我们评论区进行提问的啊。Peggy 看到之后呢就会用英文来问他。好，那么话不多说，首先呢我们先请 José 来为大家自我介绍。Okay, José.
Hola.
Hola. So I just introduced you to our audience. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm José Hernández. I'm a founder and director of 2 mariachi groups. El Mariachi Sol de Mexico, which I started 42 years ago, and Mariachi Reina de Los Angeles. They're the first all-female mariachi group in the United States, and I formed that group in 1994. So I continue, writing music for our records, for our albums, sometimes for different artists, and sometimes for movies too.
Nice, very, very interesting and a very amazing experience.
Oh, thank you so much.
Right, actually, José prepared a video for us to enjoy. 那么 José 呢，其实也为大家准备了一个他的这个个人小片。那么接下来呢，我们就请导播来为我们展示一下。 Wow, that was a very nice video.
Thank you very much.
Actually, during the video, when the video is playing, Jose actually gave me some details about the love story behind the scene. Yeah, would you mind like just give us a little bit more information?
Yes, it's about a couple that has been together for many years, and they were arguing, and they weren't having too much fun together. But then they started remembering how beautiful it was when they were younger, right? So they go back in time, and when they're younger and how they were dancing. That's why when we changed from this suit to a very classical looking suit, the mariachi.
Right.
So we're serenading them while they're dancing.
Nice, nice. So where does this scene get shooting?
We shot this video in a restaurant that I had in the San Gabriel Valley. It was called Cielito Lindo. I had that for 34 years.
34 years?
34 years. And then 2 years ago, we decided to move to Orange County, closer to my home. It's called Casa del Sol, my restaurant.
Nice.
It's at the district Legacy Mall in the city of Tustin.
Nice.
But Casa del Sol is your home anytime that you'd like to go visit us. We do dinner shows, right? So we're on stage while people have Mexican food and families go there. It's a nice place.
Cool. Right. So 那么就像刚刚 Jose 跟大家说的一样啊，就是他的这一个视频呢，都是拍的关于一个爱情故事啊，就是一对情侣呢是在遭遇了一些，比如说在生活吵架之后呢，开始这个感情走向了低落期，但是后来呢，他们回想到了之前这个恋爱的甜蜜啊，又慢慢的重回到这个正常的恋爱轨道上的这样的一个故事。他也表示呢，这一个故事呢是在他之前的一个餐馆啊，是在这个墨西哥的餐厅，这个地方呢是在 San Gabriel Valley。他当时呢是开了34年，不过呢在2年前就关闭了，因为他是把这个餐厅呢是移到了这个 Tustin， 是一个新的餐厅啊。那么这个餐厅呢也是他这个自己的有这个非常地道的墨西哥美食的一个地方。那么在这个节目的之后呢，我们也会为大家来探讨更多的内容。那么接下来呢，我们还是主要先来谈一谈这个 Jose 他的这个音乐成就，毕竟他是一个这么有名的这个音乐大师。除此之外呢，还给大家透露一下，他今天呢还带来了他的这个特别特制的一个乐器，一会儿要为大家进行现场的演奏，所以呢大家可一定不要走开。Okay, so I just briefly introduced the story to our audience.
Great.
Right, like for the music and for the band you founded, is there any more story you want to share with us?
Well, the band, we've traveled all over the world, and in 2002, we visited China for the first time.
Oh, really?
We were there in Beijing, and we did a concert at it's like a performing arts center, a beautiful theater, right in the heart of Beijing, and the place was full. And I asked, well, where are all the people coming from? A lot of them were young, and they told me they were all Spanish students from the universities that wanted to go hear mariachi live, right? So we were doing our concert for them. But after that, we went 4 nights to do 4 shows in Pyongyang, North Korea.
Wow.
Which was an incredible experience, because it was like a world music festival.
Right.
So 42 countries sent their music, their traditional music, and we were the ones that were closing every show for 4 nights. It was really fun.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful, yes.
Right. So how do you feel about China?
I really loved it. I love history. I've always been in love also with the Chinese culture. I've always, with the cuisine, with their history and everything like that. So it was great. When we went there, they took us to the Great Wall to visit the Great Wall, and also, to go have some really good food. So there was 13 of us, 13 of us that went. That's the band is 13,
Okay.
So it was really fun. We're looking forward to going very soon.
Right. As I heard, you're gonna go back to China for a concert tour?
Yes, we're hoping to go, if not this year in October or in August, we'll probably plan it for next year.
Oh, like
Yes.
which city are you planning to visit?
Well, they told me it's between 15 and 20 cities, So
That's a
I'm
lot.
not really sure the name of the cities yet, because they're formalizing the whole thing. But they actually asked me to record maybe 2 songs, with mariachi in Chinese.
You
But
definitely should.
they want to do that. So I'm actually waiting for the songs that they pick for us to record. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, nice. So someone is gonna choose a song for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, they wanna pick something that's very popular over there that could be translated into Mexican instruments, right? To mariachi instruments.
Nice, nice. Actually, yes, like I mentioned, Jose brought a very unique instrument today. Can you please just show it to us? What's that?
This is a very authentic Mexican instrument. The trumpet is not Mexican instrument, right?
Oh, really?
Violin, European, they're European instruments. But this is called a vihuela. Vihuela. There you go, vihuela. The name is from Spain, but the instrument is very Mexican, you know? And also the big bass, that's a guitarrón, right? Wow. They're cousins.
They're cousins?
But this is a rhythmic instrument. So if I go, so the rhythm is called huapango. It's a very, huapango is like a very sad sounding kind of rhythm. So the stories behind it are they'll talk about the country, about a story about maybe a shepherd that's going for his sheep, you know, in the morning and then late coming back.
That's pretty.
You know, so the songs we use, like this kind of music, we use like a falsete. It's we call falsetto. We do, al pastor con su rebaño, al despuntar la mañana, bajando por el sendero de la sierra la pradera, va musicando sus quejas con su flautín de carrizo, seguido por sus ovejas como si fuera un hechizo. El flautín del pastor a la riera canta así.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, I've never done that during the show, but that was awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very nice of you.
Oh, nice. So what's the story behind the song, like you mentioned?
The song, yeah, it's basically telling what the shepherd does every day. You know, he goes and he takes his sheep, you know, over the hill, you know, and it's time to come back, you know, in the early evening. So with his flute, he starts calling all his sheep, right? That's why I do a falsetto.
It's just like for sheep.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
So he's like a flute playing, you know, to call the sheep back.
Oh, you know? Wow, so pretty. I mean, after you explaining all the images, it's just like a very pretty story just in front of us.
I think just about every country has, you know, in their culture, in their traditional music, stories that are beautiful, no?
Stories are
that tell about the livelihood and the way people live, you know, in their countries, you know.
Right. Yeah, actually, like before our show got started, I actually talked with Jose about the outfit or the costume. It's very pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, so does it have like any meaning behind
this
it?
This is a traje, what they call traje de charro, right? So this is called a moño, the bowl. It has its origins from Spain, from the horsemen in Spain. When they came to Mexico, to the conquest in Mexico in 1525, 1521, right?
Right.
They brought, you know, their horses, right? And the rich Spaniards would use this suit, right?
Oh, nice.
So when the Mexican culture started, it was a mix of the indigenous people with the Spanish people, in most cases, right? Because a lot of Germans came too, a lot of Irish came to Mexico. So there's a big combination. But the Spanish brought this, right? And actually, this originally is like from Lebanon, from the Middle East, right? When Spain was, you know, with the Moors and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very historical. But this is a big party. We call it greca. Greca, which is a design, you know, that's along the legs and here and in the pockets and stuff like that. But we also use the silver, you know, the silver pieces sometimes, right? And we have different colors. We have about 8 different trajes, which is a suit, and the sombrero that goes with it, you know.
Wow, so pretty. So does it have like any meanings behind it, or like, I mean, just for like occasions?
Well, the horsemen, the charros, what we call, you know, the Mexican cowboys, they use it. You know, it's a little different because they're on horses, right? The mariachi musician, we use it a little bit more tapered, like, you know, a little tighter because we're on stage. We're not on top of horses, but we're performing, right? So it's become sort of like a national symbol for Mexico, right? The mariachi suit, right? The traje de charro.
Gotcha. 所以呢，刚刚像这个 Jose 为大家介绍，他刚刚为大家演奏的呢叫做 Mariachi， 是墨西哥一个非常具有代表性的叫做流浪者乐队啊，算是他们的国粹。在不久之前呢，也是被这个联合国教科文组织呢评为是世界文化遗产之一。那么刚刚 Jose 为大家表演的这一段啊，音乐呢，他也是说，就是牧羊人在召唤他们的小羊群准备回来的时候，这样的一个歌。包括他现在穿的这个衣服呢，也是就是骑马的人他们会穿的一些衣服改造而来的。而且呢，最开始也是由这个西班牙人带过来的啊，具有一些西班牙的一些风情和特色在里面。所以呢，他今天啊，真的是特意为咱们观众们准备了一场音乐的盛宴，确实是我刚刚听到啊，都觉得哇，真的是耳目一新。所以呢，同时也欢迎大家啊，在我们的评论区进行这个留言。如果大家有任何想问这个 Jose 的问题呢，我们在后面也会进行互动。Okay, that was a very pretty story.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Right. Yes, I think as you mentioned, you also founded the first female mariachi group in the U.S.
There weren't all-female groups, you know, that were at a professional level. So I started a foundation, a music foundation in 1991. And 50% of my students were girls, little girls. And they didn't have a group to look up to say, I want to be like them.
Oh, right.
So I formed this group in 1994.
1994.
And that was the first year. Now, they became a group that really changed culture for Latinos, you know, for Hispanics here in the United States. They sort of opened the door for other women to create all-female groups too, right? So it's they're, you know, they tour, they do a lot of concerts. You know, they were just up in Northern California and some casinos playing, doing some shows. And also in Irvine, they were at the University of Irvine. They were doing at the Berkeley Theater. They were doing a concert there a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, they're constantly traveling. And sometimes they play at my restaurant too. Yeah, so we switch off. When we go on tour, you know, they play at the restaurant and then we switch off, you know.
Oh, so how do we know they're going to play at your restaurant?
Oh, you just call, you know, or you go onto the website, which is casadelsoloc.com.
Right. Yeah, like I think, like you mentioned, I think they've been invited to many celebrities' private events.
Well, the girls, they played for John Travolta's 50th birthday party in Cabo San Lucas. Then they played for Tom Petty, you know, Tom Petty when he got married.
Right.
They've played for Omar Garcia Parra, which was a Los Angeles Dodgers player, for his wedding. And you know, they've played in so many places where a lot of Hollywood personalities are at.
Wow.
And they continue to be invited. You know, we did a couple of presentations for George Harrison and his family of the Beatles. It was with Sol de Mexico and Reina. He would invite us to do like private concerts for them. So it was really beautiful. You know, the George and his wife Olivia. You know, George is not with us anymore, but Olivia's still there. She continues to do a lot of great work, like renovating old movies. She does it with through the foundation that George left, called the Material World Foundation.
Material World Foundation.
Yes.
Right. Wow, that's nice. 那么刚刚呢 ，Jose 也是为我们介绍了他在这个建造的第一支啊，这个全美的墨西哥的流浪者乐队，而且这一个乐队呢，全部都是女性组成。他说他办理这一个或者是创建这个乐队的初衷啊，就是觉得好像这个学习这个墨西哥音乐的小朋友们，他们没有一个就是 可以去参照的目标或者是偶像的女子团队，所以呢，他就建立了这个全美的第一支叫做全女性的墨西哥流浪者乐队，而且呢，他们现在也是被众多的好莱坞巨星邀请到他们的这个私人宴会当中，像他刚刚说的这一些明星还有这个洛杉矶道奇队的这些球员们都是非常非常厉害的，可见呢，他们整个的素质我觉得大家是可以自有判断了。而且他还说，这一个女子乐队呢，也会经常的去他刚刚所说的这个墨西哥餐厅进行表演。所以大家呢，如果感兴趣的话，我们之后会把他们的这个餐厅的地址呢放在这个评论区，大家如果感兴趣的话呢，可以直接去官网进行查看。那么这个餐厅呢，我们马上也就要谈到了因为 José 他跟我说他自己也是一个吃货，那么 Peggy 作为这个超级大吃货肯定是不能够放过他这个和美食家共同探讨美食的这个机会了。他呢因为是墨西哥人所以对于这个墨西哥美食是有非常多的研究。那么接下来这一趴呢，我们就来好好的聊一下这个墨西哥美食。Okay, so now it's time for the Mexican cuisine.Oh,
okay.
Yeah, finally. I just introduced the girls group as well as the Mexican cuisine you mentioned. Because I am a foodie. I'm a huge foodie. So I actually been to the restaurant at Tustin and it was amazing. So for my I'm just curious, what makes you want to open this restaurant?
You know, my family opened her first restaurant in 1976 in the city of Montebello.
Okay.
The place used to be called El Rey, and the family had that place for about between 10 and 15 years. I opened up my restaurant in the South El Monte in 1986, and we closed it about 3 years ago. And then we bought the new place. But, you know, my mom was always great at making authentic Mexican food, you know? And, you know, it was a way to put our music together because my family's been playing this music for 6 or 7 generations, right?
Wow.
Since 1836, you know. It was a great way to mix both things, you know, the cuisine together with the music. And but here I am still. Now my kids, once in a while, they help me with this restaurant, you know, with Casa del Sol, you know, and it's beautiful, you know, especially, I think, I don't know, did you go when we were playing there, when the mariachi was playing in the evening on a Saturday night? You have to go on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday brunch, or Sunday night. That's when the full mariachi is there.
Right.
And it's definitely a different experience. The food is the same, you know, but we have great like chile rellenos, you know, like a breaded, it's like a green chili. It's super spicy, but it's really delicious, and it has cheese, you know, like cheese in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Or the enchiladas, you know, which are like chicken with a green sauce, or the carne asada, which is the steak with the shrimp that is wrapped with bacon, you know, and all. We have a lot of different authentic Mexican plates, and it's really great to see people enjoying the food while they're hearing, you know, our music.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, my mouth is watering already. But we also have a fabulous videos for you to learn more about the restaurant. So now let's play the video first. 那么接下来呢，我们就来看一个小片。非常好所以刚刚大家看到的这一段视频呢，就是 José 他提到的由他自己呢创办的这一些非常具有墨西哥特色的墨西哥的风味餐厅。他表示呢，在这里面大家可以在周末的时候来欣赏到他们的这一个全乐队的表演。所以大家呢，如果想要去这个餐厅的话呢，可以 就是特意是在周末前往啊，这样的话就可以一边听这个墨西哥的音乐，一边来享受美食。那么他刚刚还补充到啊，他非常喜欢的这个 tequila 也会在里面。那么我们接着呢，继续来聊一聊这家餐厅啊。Okay, yeah, just like introduce the tequila especially to the audience. Right, so what's your favorite? I'm just curious, what's your favorite dish?
Wow.
I mean, maybe at a restaurant.
You know one thing why Mexicans, we love Chinese food?
Yeah.
Because we have a little bit of everything.
Oh, right.
And the same thing with Mexican food, you know, we love to combine it, you know.
Nice,
you know, obviously we have the rice and the beans, right?
Right.
And when you combine that with enchiladas, you know, or with a chile relleno, or with a piece of steak, you know, all that's really good. We make this shrimp that I really like a lot. It's called camarones a la diabla, like a devil's shrimp. It's with a sauce. It's a real good, beautiful tasting sauce that goes on top of the shrimp. And they bring you flour tortillas, and you make your own little burritos there, you know.
Yeah.
Also, the birria tacos that we make are really, really good.
Oh.
Very, very, very good.
Very, very, very
So when
good.
you go next time, you just don't eat the whole day, okay? So I'm going to invite you to try everything.
I'm gonna skip for the whole week, I think. Right, so yeah, I mean, that sounds really, really amazing. Actually, while we are talking, we already had like so many audience are reaching out, asking you the questions.
Okay.
So we can just move to the Q&A session if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure. So thanks everyone again for joining us. And let's see what we have. Right, yeah, someone was asking any recommendation for the orders at your restaurant. I think you just mentioned before.
Yes, I mean, you know, they call it enchiladas suizas.
Enchiladas suizas.
Enchiladas suizas.
Suizas.
Those are very, very good enchiladas. And the chile relleno. Chile relleno.
Okay.
Yes, those are very, very, very good.
What about alcohol?
We have the best margaritas, you know.
Oh, really? The best?
Oh, we have the best margaritas. Also, the cucumber margarita.
Ooh.
We have the mango margarita. We have one that's my favorite. It's a tamarindo. Tamarindo is, I think it's a fruit, the tamarindo.
Okay.
But it's super delicious. And your regular traditional lime margarita. But we have real good margarita and very good tequilas.
Oh, nice, nice.
Very good tequilas.
Yum. 那么像 Jose 刚刚跟大家说的啊，他刚刚说那个名字呢，我可能不太没办法复述啊，但是他说他们的酒类非常好啊，尤其是 margarita 和这个 tequila 都非常非常的好，有这个芒果的呀，还有这个柠檬的呀。这个 cucumber 这个黄瓜的啊，各种各样的都有，所以呢，大家如果是喜欢喝酒的话啊，可以去尝一尝。Okay, someone was asking, what should we order for the first time visiting a Mexican restaurant? Maybe just like
you know what? There's also like a platter, like an appetizer platter that we make. It's called El Rey, the King.
Okay.
And that has a little bit of everything.
Everything? Oh my
yes,
God.
I really recommend that too.
Yeah, that's my thing.
That's a very, very, very good platter because they'll bring you some guacamole.
Oh
right?
My God,
avocado, rice, and beans, and then they'll bring you something called like chimichangas. Chimichanga is like a wrapped chicken.
Oh, nice.
Chicken. It's wrapped like with like a tortilla, fried tortilla, and then they have pieces of chile relleno, pieces of enchiladas.
Ooh,
they'll have a chicken, breast of chicken cut in pieces, and also pieces of steak. It's really, really good.
Okay, so it's just like you mentioned, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Definitely. 好，他刚刚说了有一个这种综合的拼盘啊，就是什么都有一点点，有什么鸡肉啊、牛肉啊，然后那个乳酪酱啊，反正如果大家是像 Peggy 一样，就什么都喜欢尝一点的话呢，可以点那个综合的拼盘。好。Right, someone was asking, do you like Chinese food? I think you just mentioned.
I love it. No, me and my son Christian, who just graduated from college, oh my God, we just love it. And then also my kids, I've always taken them. We used to live in Hacienda Heights.
Oh,
so
right.
we used,
okay,
you know, they grew up there. We were just less than a mile from the temple, right?
Okay.
So we were up in the hill. And we always used to take them to, it used to be called the China Mandarin, right on Hacienda Boulevard. But, oh my God, every day I pick them up from school, let's go eat Chinese.
Nice.
That was our routine, you know.
Oh, wow. Like specifically what kind of Chinese?
Oh my God. Well, I like the spicy Szechuan, you know.
Oh, spicy Szechuan. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know, I like all that
dumpling.
Spicy. Oh yeah, the dumpling.
Yeah.
I like Peking duck. I love all that. You know, the mushu, like pork and stuff. But you know, we are exposed to very commercial.
Oh right.
We're exposed to very commercial Chinese food.
Right.
Like the Mexican food that you have in my restaurant it's very little commercial, very traditional. Like the other day, some friends, you know, who I want to say hi to, Zena and Edmund, and they were just great people. They're, you know, they're from China. They invited me and my daughter to over there. I think it was in Irvine, yeah, somewhere in Irvine, and it was traditional Chinese food. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be different. And they brought this big old crab, but you know, this big old crab with the legs hanging down. They steamed it. They steamed. Oh, it was so delicious. My God! Oh, so delicious.
Wow.
I've never eaten that in a Chinese restaurant. You know.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I really love that. I really love it.
Yeah, definitely. I think we definitely have so many topics to talk about later. Then.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, some people are asking kind of like the similar, like what makes you want to open this restaurant? I think which you just mentioned as well. What's your favorite dish? Right, Max was asking, what makes you want to pursue music as your career?
Well, you know, music's always been a part of my life. My 5 older brothers, they're all mariachi musicians.
Oh, okay.
My father was a violinist, mariachi musician.
Okay.
And my mother's father was also a mariachi musician. My
right.
grandfather, my great-grand, all of them, you know, we go back many generations.
Yeah.
So I thought that everybody was mariachi musician when I was a little boy, you know. So I used to sing as a little boy, you know, I was 3 and a half and I was already singing. So, and then my kids are the same. They're all very musical. So it's something that's totally very natural for my family, and also all my nieces and all my nephews are all very musical.
Oh, so that's just natural.
Oh yes.
Okay, yes, it's within the gene.
Oh yes, definitely.
Nice. Well, yeah. Zena was mentioned, like we can just try the king platter.
There she is.
Exactly. Yeah, someone was saying that's the amazing live music. Let me see. Right. Someone was asking, like, where does your Mexican restaurant located? Just like in Tustin?
It's right in the border of Tustin and Irvine. So it's on Barranca and Jamboree. Right in the corner. There's a big mall. Big mall, and it's called the Tustin Legacy Mall.
Right.
So there's AMC theaters. There's a lot of restaurants there. And there's also a Chinese restaurant right next to us. Yeah, I forgot the name of it. But we're right in the corner of Park Avenue.
Yeah.
Of Park Avenue, and there, you know, they could go visit us. You know, I think go during the week. We're only closed on Mondays. During the week, there's like a quartet, mariachi quartet. You know, they could go for lunch or either for dinner. But Friday is 2 shows in the evening.
Oh, really?
7 and 9 o'clock. We do the whole mariachi on stage. And Saturday, 2 shows, 7 and 9 o'clock. On Sunday, we do brunch shows, right? So I think it's 11:30 and 1:30, something like that.
Okay.
And then in the evening, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Nice.
So that's with the full mariachi. You know, it's really fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely check it out. We can find those information on the website, right?
Oh, yes, they can. Yes.
那么刚刚José呢是为大家介绍了他的这个餐厅的具体地点，就是在这个 Tustin 和这个地方交界，是一个很大的 mall 啊。我之前也去过，然后呢那里有很多什么电影院呐，然后各种设备都非常的齐全，而且呢他也说，如果大家想欣赏到这样的一种他们的乐队表演的话呢，是可以在周五的晚上啊7点和9点有2场。周日的话呢也是有2场，然后在这个周六的时候，中午好像是有这个也有2场，所以大家具体的时间呢可以在这个他们的官网上面进行查看啊。之后呢我们也会把他们的官网放在我们的评论区下面。Okay, someone was asking, she has never heard of mariachi before. It sounds very intriguing. She was wondering, can you introduce more details on it? Like, which song would you recommend for the first-time listener?
Oh, well, there are many Mexican songs that are like international, like Solamente una vez, amen la vida. Beautiful romantic song. Also, Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. There's beautiful songs, that everybody knows. Or Granada, Granada, Manola Cantada. It's just so many beautiful songs. It just depends. The mariachi could play very happy songs, or they could play very romantic songs,
Wow.
Instrumental songs. They go out to the audience and the violins play to the people. It has so much variety. One thing that's special about Mariachi Sol de Mexico, my group, and also Reinas, is that everybody sings. Everybody has a very good voice.
Oh, really?
So it's very entertaining, because everybody has a different style of singing, or sometimes we'll do trios and we'll harmonize, Wow. It's really beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Cool. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. Someone was saying he likes taco. So yeah, wow, that's very nice. And I want to thank Jose again for joining us. Yeah, since our show is does have the time restrictions, but I would say it's a very, very enjoyable interview or enjoyable conversation with Jose. And I want to thank you again for joining us.
Well, I'm very, very glad to be here and to share our cultures. I think that's the beautiful thing about our humanity. That we get to teach each other about our cultures, and that's what for me, music has always been the common bond between everybody, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Thank you for the opportunity.
Definitely. Since we're approaching at the end of the show, do you have anything you want to share? Anything more you want to say?
All I want to say is that if you feel like going and visiting us, take your family, celebrate a birthday. You could celebrate everything there at our place at Casa del Sol. We have so many people from different parts of the world that go visit us, and we'll be honored to have all of you visit us and for us to serenade you, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I personally definitely want to visit soon.
Oh,
okay.
You got you have a personal serenade, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so that's towards the end of our show. Thank you again for watching, and we are looking forward to seeing you next time.